news tonight. FCT People's Democratic Party set to unite as opposition to face upcoming election. And Nigerian Psychological Association Conference charts a way forward. Good evening and thanks for joining the 7 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station. My name is Aisha Oba-Ali. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the FCT says the party is more united as an opposition party to face subsequent elections with a victory in sight. This was the views of top party stalwarts during the 2024 FCT PDP State Congress, where Ismaila Mohammed Dogara from Kuje emerged as the consensus chairman to lead other 32 executive members in the next 4 years. Abdullah Hajia completes the story.
The 2024 FCT PDP State Congress is one of the internal party mechanisms in democracy as stipulated by law.
And the people you have chosen, you have affirmed, and the INEC will take note that you have affirmed them as our leaders.
I do solemnly affirm that I will.
This brand new 33-member executive takes the oath of allegiance and office to diligently serve the people and the party after being duly elected through a consensus affirmation votes of 722 delegates and confirmation of the National Electoral Committee as well as INEC, who supervised the process.
We will not allow our personal interest to supersede us, to influence or to affect our officiality.
INEC is officially obliged to monitor the activities of political parties in order to ensure strict compliance with the rules and regulations as both under the Constitution, Electoral Act, as well as party rules and regulations and general guidelines.
PDP leader in the FCT, Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda, commends the unity and maturity of party members towards the success of the Congress.
That will encourage you to do more and to work for the party, for the progress of the party, and for the peace and unity of the entire FCT. I thank all of you. I thank our leader, the Honorable Minister FCT, for providing a platform to progress.
I believe that the wrongs that were done to the party will be corrected in 2027, and that is my expectation.
This also goes to spell and depict how healthy the democratic principle is being enshrined and also implemented by the People's Democratic Party.
Is to be able to join all the PDP family together so that some past mistakes that have made us go off the leadership of the system will not happen again.
Party members expressed high hopes in the new leadership to strategically galvanize support for the party's victory in all elections. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Away from politics now and to gender, women constitute the majority of the larger population, yet bear the brunt of conflict and marginalization in the society. This formed a 2-day conference on the critical role women play in the sustenance of peace and national development by the FCT Women's Affairs Secretariat.
Gathered in this hall are men and women whose mantra is promoting an inclusive gender equality in the FCT. The Mandate Secretary, Women Affairs Secretariat, Adebayo Benjamin Laniyi, says gender is not just a standalone goal, but addressing the issue of marginalization, hence the need for smart approach in securing the future, as the world cannot achieve sustainable peace without women.
What has been the status quo has now been completely broken to create, it's been disrupted to demonstrate the intentionality of the political will of His Excellency's Renewed Hope Agenda for Women
through the administrative foresight after 48 years to set up these twin secretariats of youth and women.
Statistics has it that 1 in every 3 women have faced one form of abuse or the other. To this end, the FCT Women's Secretariat is calling for enabling environments where women can be treated with dignity and freedom and have freedom for fear of want, need, and given opportunity to explore in all spheres. Thus, a call to action on implementation of the action plan on women, peace, and security. The keynote speaker, FCT NSCDC Commandant Olushola Odumosu, alongside other stakeholders, advocates adaptation of comprehensive approach that empowers women through education and economic opportunities, and implementation of laws that prevent gender-based violence.
The women, who contribute largely to the population of the country, but bringing it down to FCT, there is need to look in that direction because their level of vulnerability when it comes to issues around insecurity, violence, attack, kidnapping, rape, sexual-based violence, attack, and the rest of that.
A deal that what we have done in the past, we keep on doing it differently, and this time around we are looking at women as drivers of providing security.
Wives of traditional rulers, officers' wives associations, market women, and other groups lent their voices that gender mainstreaming will help boost economic prosperity of the territory.
Only women can clear our aperture, and if we involve them, we will be able to get our target, which is security and general well-being of our people.
High point of the event was the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between the FCT NSCDC and the FCT Women Affairs Secretariats, stating that security challenges are addressed without any form of bias, hence the establishment of Responsive Female Squad. The conference has as its theme Gender and Human Security. In Abuja, Serafina Okun Umekwe, NTA News.
And to health, availability of blood in the blood banks in Nigerian hospitals has been identified as one of the solutions to the high mortality rate of cancer in the country. Founder of the Call of Cancer Initiative stated this during an advocacy campaign against different forms of cancer in Abuja. Tessie Omeri reports.
This gathering is an avenue for the management of the Call of Cancer Initiative, a non-governmental organization, alongside other stakeholders, to kick off their first campaign on all forms of cancer awareness, especially at the grassroots. Ummi Musa Umar, founder of the Call of Cancer Initiative, says the campaign will run from this September to November, taking a look at the breast, cervical, and prostate, among other forms of cancer.
This awareness will help because individually as NGOs we are already doing so much, and coming together it makes us stronger and will help us achieve our goal of reaching the grassroots with the information required in a language that they can understand, so that we reduce the high rate of mortality and morbidity rates of cancer in Nigeria.
The vision of the Arewa Cancer Control Coalition is for the common Arewa citizen to live in a world where access to quality cancer care and educative resources are universal and equitable.
Stakeholders were unanimous in their submissions that early detection and treatment saves life, irrespective of one's status.
Programs like this, with advocacy, with information, the populace will get to know about cancer, what exactly cancer is.
It's a very important program because lack of awareness has led a lot of people to be exposed to a lot of diseases.
The event provided an opportunity for patriotic Nigerians to donate blood for cancer patients as a way of reducing the mortality rate. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
Meanwhile, legislation by government on the use of social media will curtail the spread of fake news and excesses of some people who use the digital platforms. That was the standpoint of stakeholders in CAFI during the National Conference and Annual General Meeting of Nigerian Psychological Association. Muhammad Awalu has the details.
The audience in this hall was held spellbound by the erudition of Professor Sad Cooper, a keynote speaker at the 2024 National Conference and Annual General Meeting of Nigeria Psychological Association. The Don posits that the advent of the internet has come with lots of positivity to humanity. However, there is need for legislation by government and moderation by the users of the social media.
There isn't any appropriate governance of social media in our world, especially when it comes to hate, especially when it comes to diminishing other people, especially when it comes to agitating people along the lines of religion and belief.
What we have decided to do in the past few years is to ensure that we develop strategic partnerships with relevant government agencies and even community-based organizations, because development is not the sole responsibility of government.
Government should take a cue or clue from this conference on the need to enact a law that will control social media operation in Nigeria.
Participants say the recommendation from the conference, if implemented by government, will go a long way in addressing the security challenges in the country.
It's very important that psychologists are really playing a key role and really predicting the problems, also doing interventions ahead of time.
I will come out with some critical intervention and strategy of way forward on how best this can help in solving some of these insecurity issues.
The icing on the cake was the honorary fellowship conferred on some personalities.
What that means is an encouragement to do more of what one is able to do by the grace of God.
Let me thank our fellows, our professors, especially our fathers and mothers.
The theme of the conference is Social Media, Security and National Development. From Kefi, Muhammad Awalu, NTA News.
Since 1977, the Command Secondary School, JOS, established by the Ministry of Defense, has nurtured young aspirations through discipline and diligence for excellence. 47 years later, the alumni have continued to uphold the high standards of those morals driven by desire to impact humanity. It is for this reason that the Command Secondary School, JOS, Old Student Association, KUJOSA, came together in Abuja through a reunion, and mini convention to highlight achievements and chart a way for the future. Onoto Yakubu brings us Sight and Sounds.
Creating new memories that last by rekindling old ones. As part of initiatives to recall the memories and give back to the institution, the Old Students Association has initiated mentorship clusters in addition to infrastructural revamping targeted at harnessing talents, indoctrinating with history, and networking a pattern for future aspirations.
The society we need in today needs deliberate mentorship, and that is what we are doing with the program. We're also looking at other old student associations replicating these programs in their schools, because it can help us to rejig the public school system in the country.
Former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Baratai, commends the bold move by the association, describing it as one of a kind and catalyst for enhanced support to the institution.
Looking specifically on these key issues of discipline, unity and progress are quite fundamental. And these issues that such type of association or organization will impact positively. Background. When you talk of unity, that's a Command Secondary School is just like the unity school that we have across the country.
The association's mini convention looks to utilize unity in purpose to turn around the hopes and fortunes of the school through networking and outreaches to serve as leading light for societal enhancements.
You must know where
where you belong to and know that the national bodies, whatever they are, supersedes any other body. And there should not be any conflict of interest, because the association is made up of people who are willing and have the desire to assist in the development of their alma mater. So the only way to do that is for us to cooperate and galvanize the efforts therein.
We want to use all what we've learned as students from the military school back to the society, and at least let them know that we're ready to fix the country back to its past glories and the glorious days.
This mentorship program has a long way, not only promoting the school itself, but those that graduated from the school and projecting the image of the school as well.
Beyond the gathering, Kojosa is looking to unique innovations to promote and improve the association's fortunes to serve as a veritable tool for their alma mater. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
The need for reorientation among Nigerians and having an open mindset, speakers are of the opinion, is pivotal to having a better understanding of what governance is all about. In this report, yours sincerely takes a look at communicating government policies with a focus on the concept of governance and followership.
So what I'm trying to tell us is that we Nigerians have to make things work for us. And people in government should know that without people, it will not work.
The basic principles of governance are accountability, transparency, fairness, responsibility, and risk management. Governance, stakeholders say, is a system of values, policies, and institutions by which a society manages its economic, social, and political affairs through interactions within and among the state, civil society, and the private sector. Government institutions are just one of the actors in governance. Other actors include groups of citizens, civil society organizations, media, businesses, research institutes, trade unions, various associations, political parties, as well as religious leaders.
In addressing some of the pertinent issues with regards to leadership and followership, most Nigerians are saying the communication gap must be bridged. And it is for this reason they're advocating that concerned agencies should do more in creating awareness among Nigerians and also carrying Nigerians along in governance processes.
Whether Nigerians are apathetic to the process of governance in the country, the head of Department Political Science and International Relations at the University of Abuja, Professor Gali Sharif, attributes the reaction of Nigerians towards this to poverty.
Of governance, not only in Nigeria, not only in Africa, but across the world, due to the absence of political utility. Political utility here, I mean political satisfaction. Political satisfaction, I mean the dividend of democracy, if it is not actually obtainable from the democratic journey, then people will think, why should we even vote? Why should we even go to the polling unit? Why should we perform? Let us begin with the government, the party which is given the authority to govern the governed or to govern the people. They're in charge of the protection of lives and property of the people. They're also in charge of welfare, provision of essential services to the people, provision of education, and other social responsibilities that the government is actually supposed to function and perform. For the governed, that is the people or the masses, obedience to the law of the land, that is the constitution. They have to be loyal and obey the constitution. They have to pay taxation. They have to respect the national symbol. And they also have to respect the law.
Analysts are also of the opinion that in as much as more needs to be done, some of the misconception in governance. For instance, it takes generations for governance to improve. Governance is for the affluence only. The blame game and finger pointing at public sector alone as faulty, believing that there is little or nothing countries can do to improve on governance, as well as believing that governance cannot be measured among others.
For Deadline 360, Aisha Oba Ali, NTA News. And to sports now. Tennis player Anthony Odo has emerged winner of a tennis competition organized by the City Sports Club of Abuja. This was at a one-day interactive tennis competition in honor of legendary tennis player Eugene Iwu. Francis Kabile brings us details.
Tennis is said to be the game for longevity. Little wonder the legendary tennis player Eugene Iwu could still demonstrate his tennis prowess at the age of 80. Members of City Sport of Abuja organized a one-day interactive tennis tournament to honor the living legend who has contributed immensely to the game of tennis in Nigeria. The tournament witnessed simultaneous matches between members of different clubs in Abuja, with different categories of players, including the doubles and mixed doubles players battling for the top spots.
I'm short of words. The issue is the amount of love these guys have displayed. Oh my God. I don't know if I made it all.
He plays tennis too well. So whatever they are hosting here today, I am very happy.
It's to people who don't play tennis. They should see the young man who is 80 today. He's been playing tennis almost all his life, and you can see how healthy and strong he is.
President of City Sports of Abuja, Olaide Adelami, who was represented by the Vice President of the club, noted that the event is also aimed at creating awareness on the need for people to engage in the game of tennis.
For tennis development in the country, we're looking at ensuring that we keep looking for new talent from the grassroots, from the young age, 5, 6 and above.
The game of tennis is a very interesting one. Apart from the fact that we play it physically, it has formed a kind of a bond of friendship among the players.
And this is a game you will play to your old age. From young age, you can get up to 80 still playing tennis. So this, we believe, will also help us in developing tennis, creating more awareness for people to embrace the game of tennis. You're never too old to play tennis.
At the end of the competition, Anthony Udo of City Sports Club of Abuja emerged winner of the tournament with 11 points. Also, the celebrant, Pa Eugene Iwu, was honored as the super veteran champion by the club. In Abuja, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
For more sports report, let's now join our sports text.
History repeated itself in the early hours of Monday when the Falconets of Nigeria scored a late goal in the 86th minute to snatch full match points from South Korea in the same manner it was done in the last competition in Costa Rica 2022, when the only goal in that match was scored in the 83rd minute. In the meantime, Minister of Sports Development John Eno has congratulated Mariam Eniola Bolaji on her victory earlier today. She earned Team Nigeria its first medal at the ongoing Paris 2024 Paralympic Games in the Para-Badminton Women's Singles SL3 event by defeating Kozina Osana of Ukraine 21-9, in the bronze medal match. Elsewhere, interim manager Austin Eguavon has selected Enugu Rangers head coach Fidelis Eliechukwu and Daniel Ogumudede of Remo Stars to assist him plot the downfall of the Cheetahs of Benin Republic and the Amavubi of Rwanda in the Super Eagles 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifying matches this month. Meanwhile, officials of the Nigerian Karate Federation as well as top young Team Nigerian athletes have arrived to Tunisia ahead of the 2024 UFAC Cadets, Junior and Under-21 Championship. The prestigious event, which is set to take place in Tunis, Tunisia from September 2 to 8, will gather the best young karate athletes from across the continent, highlighting the growing popularity of karate among young stars in Africa. With sports brief, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
And that's how we conclude our news tonight. And to join us again for more news, I am Aisha Oba Ali. Good evening.